This is my message to you all. I am not here to plead for you to vote for Trump. I am not here to plead you to vote for Biden. I'm here to plead you to do what is right, to do the right thing, to put your hate aside and realize that you all have lived half of your lives already. And with you living half of your lives, you've established either a career for yourself, a name for yourself, or you've put yourself in a situation where people know you, whether it's the masses or your coworkers. People know you. People know who you are. In an age of technology, it's hard to hide your past. In the age of technology, it's hard to suppress and oppress individuals who want their voices heard. But we do it anyways. Twitter has now censored a majority of the information that is being shared against Biden. Now that's their call. That's their freedom to do so. But don't be stupid or naive. Do your own research. You all rely on people to do the work for you. And why is that? Why do we feel the need to let other individuals fill our heads with information that may not be necessarily true to the full extent, or a little white lie here and there? Now you look at Donald Trump. Donald Trump is an excellent person. When you look at him, he is. He's a businessman. He puts his motives first. He gets things done. Does it always benefit everybody? No, it doesn't. You take Biden. What has he done? He's got an extensive amount of history, just as much as Trump does. But what has he done for the people? What do any of these individuals do for the people? They sit in their little chairs in their little white buildings discussing politics, discussing our futures. Men and women who have lived more than half of their lives are discussing our futures. And why is that? Why is it that us, the people who have to live under these rules, who have to live under these oppressions, why is it that we allow them to do so? These people shouldn't be in office anymore. These people should retire. These people should be at home, enjoying themselves, enjoying everything that they have either done for the people or taken away from the people. Enjoy your lives. You've lived more than half of it. Now we're at a point where we're teaching our children information we learned as kids. We're teaching them information that was taught to us using old and very, what I want to say, absurd teaching methods. We veered away from knowledge. We veered away from education. We've relied on our mobile devices for any and all information, any and all news, either globally or nationally. Everything is at the palm of our hands now. Yet we still rather sit there and listen to people who give you half of the story to win your minds over and eventually to control your every decision. This is the power of Machiavellianism. This is what this does to people. And I know what this is because I used to do this. I used to manipulate. I used to take control of people's lives and tarnish them for my own personal greedy gains and wants and needs. In the end, it didn't make me happy. In the end, it created an even bigger void in my life. In the end, it made me absolutely hate myself. If there's one thing I was not taught as a child, it was morals. It was values. I was born into a single parent household with an alcoholic mother who sold herself to individuals. I'm not proud of where I came from. I never was. But as I grew and as I matured, I realized I'm not at fault for the decisions the person that gave life to me made. Those were her decisions, not mine. She did with her life what she could do with. Therefore, I am doing what's right with mine. The years I spent in the Marine Corps have opened my eyes and have taught me morals, have given me values. It has made me realize that my way of living was absolutely wrong. Putting myself first before anyone is absolutely wrong. I was selfish and self-centered, and now I am selfless and wanting to bring peace and unity amongst all of us. We talk about equality. There's no equality if one part of the world has it and the rest doesn't. There's no equality when one race is being oppressed while the other one isn't. There is no equality, period. Instead, we have greed, money, hate. This is what we have as humanity. Now, I once was a beloved Catholic, and I once followed the rules of that book. And then I opened my eyes to the rest of the world, and I seen those very same people who I sat next to in those churches look down upon others, treat others as if they were scum. This is not what God intended for any of us. This is not what God put forth for us to achieve. The killing needs to stop. The hate needs to stop. We need to change before it is too late. I don't hate men. I don't hate women. I despise ignorance, whether it's coming from a male or a female. I treat everybody equally. I love everybody equally. I would die for anyone equally. That is my duty as a human being. My race does not define who I am. My religion does not define who I am. My actions define who I am. I have learned to become more transparent. I have learned to become more accepting of others. I have learned to put my feelings, thoughts, and emotions aside so I can sit down and listen and learn from those who have suffered far more than I have. I know the streets of this cruel world. I was homeless at one point. I was living from hotel to motel to hotel to motel. Not on my own, but with my children and my wife. Every day that I spent in that single room with them destroyed me. But at the same time, it rebuilt me. It made me stronger. It made me wiser. It made me more accepting of the hardships of life that it throws. I once embraced death. I once longed for death, because to me death was the only thing that would end this suffering, this pain, these hardships. But death is not the answer to anything. Death is a release. Death is the final moment before transitioning into the next life. Now here I am, every day, watching the news simultaneously, back and forth, CNN, ABC, Fox, news, news that contradicts each other every step of the way. All for what? Just because those who are in power can manipulate and own the media, can make these individuals say what they want them to say. This is not news. This is formulated propaganda. These are cognitive decisions that they are making you choose. They know the outcome. All they have to do is sway the evidence into the right direction. And we believe it because we are shown images that contain one frame. We are shown videos that contain only partial video evidence. And when those people who have the real information try to share it with us, they are silenced. They are casted out. They are thrown to the wolves. Well, I'm here to say, you can throw me to the wolves, and every single time I will come back leading the pack. I am an individual who no longer cares about opinions of others, who will no longer let the opinions of others suppress my thoughts and emotions. I am the individual who puts everyone else first before my own selfish wants and needs. I don't care to be rich. I don't care to be wealthy. I don't care to be famous. I don't care for the whole world to know my name. What I care for are those individuals who have no voice. Those individuals who are being taught every day in schools the rights and wrongs. You have lived your life. So why do you continue to make decisions for those who are barely getting started? Why must you make their lives miserable, hard, destructive? The answer doesn't lie with the 75-year-old man. The answers lie right in front of you. To your left, to your right, to the front, in the back. People next to you are the answer. Every animal on this planet has learned to work together or alone. Why are we so different? The animal kingdom works universally together. Yet us, we destroy, we kill, we take, we conquer, we establish our own forms of government just to drain the lives of others, of those who are hardworking, just to drain the lives of those who are doing anything and everything they possibly can to provide for their families. I recall a moment in time where, yes, I did make bad decisions. I recall moments in time where I went hungry for days on end just to feed whatever little food we had to my wife, to my son. I have been poor. I have been well off. And surprisingly, I choose to be poor every single time, because when I'm poor, the value of those around me is worth more than anything this world can give me. You see, I don't need money. I would freely give it away to those that need it more. I don't need a full fridge as long as I have enough to eat for a day, for a week. We are far, far more advanced than we think we are. But we just let ignorance take over and control our every move. We let manipulative individuals take control of our minds. We let them control what we think, say, and feel. In other words, you're enslaved to these individuals. You are slaves to these individuals. I guarantee tonight, if Donald Trump gathered all his little Proud Boys and sent them on a mission, they would do it. Just as sheep follow a shepherd, without knowing the direction the shepherd is going, they follow. But in every flock, there is a black sheep. I am that black sheep. I am here to say, you must think for yourselves. You must do what is morally right. And stop waiting for others to make that decision for you. If you want change, make change happen the right way. We don't need riots. We don't need looting. We don't need chaos and carnage every time a black individual is killed by the hands of the law. It does not help that family. It doesn't help that individual. It doesn't help their cause. What it does is create chaos and division. We can work together. Time and time again have I seen Crips and Bloods unite to fight oppression. If they can learn to put their guns down and tie their rags in unity, then we can end this hate. We can end this racism together. Now, I will not say to forget about your heritage. I will not say to forget about where you came from. It's your given right to embrace your heritage. It's your given right to embrace who you are and where your family came from. If you hold that Confederate flag high and you are proud of it, be proud. That is your heritage, and no one should ever take that away from you. But if you see a person of color and you oppress them because they're colored, you're doing the exact same thing you do not want people to do to you. Now again, I'm just here to sway you in the right direction. I am here to say that we can do this together. We can end crimes together. We can end violence together. We can stop everything together. We are more strong united than divided. I love my country, and I love its citizens. We are the most powerful nation in the world, but we've forgotten that. We need to remind the rest of the world who the big dogs are and why we're always going to be the big dogs. If you want transparency, I'll give it to you. But if you want manipulation and corruption, keep following these false idols that are leading you astray. They will be your doom. They will be our country's doom. And when these unknown planes and unknown tanks and unknown ships start pulling up to our shores, and we realize what they're here for, it'll be too late. We are far from peace. We are far from unity. But together we can change the world and change the opinions of everyone in it. We have done things that no one had ever deemed imaginable over these past couple of months. But at the same time, individuals have taken advantage of those things, and individuals have made those things a part of something that they were never meant to be a part of. Now I'm here to ask you, one American to another, do not hesitate. Do not look back on the past and tremble. Look forward and rejoice. Look forward because we can do this together. We can end the violence together. This is the United States of America. And divided we will fall. Divided we will be conquered. And if you don't believe me, you need to open up a history book. You need to remember where we came from, how far we've come, and how far we can go. Thank you.